Welcome to SunnySpeaks. Here again with another review for you, and you. And today I am going to talk about Companion, directed by Drew Hancock and starring Sophie Thatcher, Quaid, Lukas Gage, and many more. A couple goes on a weekend getaway that turns bloody and haywire when a plot on a rich man's wealth doesn't go as planned. One of my most anticipated movies of 2025, and I'm glad to say it did not disappoint. Sophie Thatcher is great in this movie as Iris. I think that she balances a lot as an actress in this movie as our lead character, and I think she does that very well. Her chemistry with Quaid is the highlight of this movie, and I thought it was really well done. From the longing for reassurance and love that she has for Quaid's character Josh, to the shock of disloyalty and disdain that she has for him as the plot develops. I've only seen her in this movie and Heretic, and I'm very curious to see where her career goes from here. I really like her as a leading woman in this film in particular, and I enjoyed her in Heretic as well. So I'm excited to see what she does in her career moving forward because I like the vibe and atmosphere she brings to the screen. Quaid as Josh is also really well done in this movie. He plays a believable white guy asshole very well, maybe too well, especially in the ways of not feeling like he's the bad guy when he obviously is in so many situations. The twists and turns in this movie show a different side of Quaid's acting that I don't feel a lot of people are familiar with, at least for me, from shows like The Boys and even him voice acting Superman. I think this really gets to show a different side of him that is a lot more darker and menacing, but also pathetic and pitiful. So I feel like he balances a lot as well. And again, the chemistry between Josh and Iris is the highlight of this entire movie. Their chemistry when they're high and when they're low in their relationship. For me personally, I always was excited to see them both on screen interacting with each other. Lukas Gage plays Patrick. Not only do I feel like this character is really well acted, but I also think this actor is very underrated. I've only seen him in White Lotus and Euphoria, and I think in this movie he really does something different. He has a more menacing presence to him, and he's a lot more physically imposing as this character Patrick, but he also balances a lot as far as being a timid soul as well and being a lover boy, and I think that he does both of those sides very well, and I would like to see him in a leading role sometime because I think this actor has a lot more to offer than what I've seen so far. And in his roles in White Lotus and Euphoria, I think that it is very different from what he does in this, so I would like to see him in more stuff moving forward. The cinematography in this movie is really good. The colors are really great, they pop, and the way that the camera sits in certain scenes is very nice and very easy to lose yourself in visually. Despite a very inventive story that I appreciated because of the message, I do think the story structure of this movie is a little lacking. I think that by the end it kind of meanders and you have to suspend your disbelief maybe a little bit more than you should have to because of the plot not getting to the end quicker, and certain things kind of just happen where it's like, oh, okay, I guess that's just happening now rather than it really being earned as far as the plot goes. But I do think character motivations are always earned because of what the actors bring to the table, and I think the writing does give the characters and the actors a lot to do. This movie also balances comedy with its thriller moments, and I think the comedy was one of the weaker parts to me as well. A lot of jokes felt like I could see them from a mile away. They weren't all bad though, but I do think that it was the thing in the movie that I didn't know what was a part of it, and it was one of the more disappointing parts to me, the comedy and how it was executed. Overall though, the movie not being something that blew my mind, I do think this is a really, really good start to 2025. I've seen that it's not really being seen a lot by people, and I absolutely believe that you should go out and watch this movie. I would give it a partly sunny. I think that this movie is really, really cool and inventive in the way that it goes about telling a story, and I have been very vague because I do think that this movie is best when you don't know what to expect. There was one trailer that I saw that instantly hooked me because it doesn't tell you anything, but the vibe of it was very alluring for me personally. And then I saw the second trailer, and I feel like that trailer it tells you everything. and I feel like it takes away from a lot of the journey that you go through with Iris and just this story overall. I went to go see the movie with a friend, and he didn't know anything, and he really enjoyed the movie and didn't know what to expect, but enjoyed the journey. And so I hope that you can feel the emotion that I feel as far as me enjoying this movie. Hope you can trust me that seeing the trailer might hinder your experience, and I would suggest that you should go into this blind. I think you really will enjoy it. The one hint I will give you is that if you flip Iris's name backwards, that will give you a hint on what this story is trying to do. This has been my review of Companion. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll be back again, and peace.